Crusader Kings, we are here in the twilight years of our good friend King Pano Chocolat, the compassionate of Sardinia and Corsica. We've had a long and pretty fantastic life with this guy. Lots of peace, lots of realm building, lots of dynasty building, because of course we're paving the way for the incredible Prince Biscotti to hopefully conquer us a bit of new territory. Before we do that, though, some very good suggestions in the comments from yesterday, which we will try and work on today. So, the first thing I want to start here, because this one might take a long time, is, of course, we are missing a tiny piece of territory here in Corsica. Somebody said, why not have your steward use the convinced as your territory option to try and get it returned to us? Apparently it has a very low success chance. Understandable. I mean, I'm not exactly going to go to war with France over a single county. I mean, we could, but it seems like it would be quite a bloody, sordid affair. Especially because this guy's our friend. I'm kind of hoping we can just get away with this. That would be kind of nice. Titles. Now, a lot of people suggested this. Dale brought it up first, but I mean, a lot of people pointed out that we can give that royal accolade to Biscotti, and it's a fantastic suggestion. Presuming he's even valid. There he is, Biscotti. So, let's have a look here. Knight of the Wolf. I like that a lot. Tactician. Oh. Monthly martial lifestyle experience up by 15% to a liege. Oh, that's a liege modifier, though. Oh, interesting. So that will give it to our current character instead of Biscotti. I want Biscotti to have that, if that's okay. But that's all right. Whoa. I forgot how complicated these accolades were. Leeds modifiers, monthly martial lifestyle experience up by 15%. Well, let's have a look then. We can either give him Tactician or Thug. Thug gives dread gain per tyranny, which I don't think is very suitable. We're going to go with Tactician. What was the other title? The Knight of Valor, if we swap him to a Thug. I'm not sure about that one. Then he's got Stalwart that gives travel safety. Obviously could be very good, given that I'm going to take this guy on a massive tour when eventually we get to play as him. We've got the choice of Stalwart or Thug again. I guess we'll just stick with what we've got then, huh? Knight of the Wolf for Biscotti. We're going to call him Knight of... the Knight of Dessert. The Knight of Dessert. I like that. Because it's a pun, you see, like feast, because they are a knight of dessert, but he's a knight with a K of dessert. You understand, I'm sure. There he is. Biscotti of... No, what do you mean Knight of the Wolf? No, you idiot. I said Knight of Dessert. It was a pun. How dare you? There, the Knight of Dessert. Perfect. Acclaimed knight, there he is. His successor will be Jacopo di Ajaccio, which is definitely how that's pronounced, by the way. Very good. Okay. Liege modifies martial experience up by 15%. That's fine. That's okay for the time being. I'm alright with that. We could set up some other accolades, but I like the idea that we're only giving it to people who have really proven themselves, who've really earned it, who really deserve it. And right now, there's no one else on my radar. So, on the subject of potentially putting some more people on the radar, somebody said, why not have a look up how at reforming the culture, because we've got so much prestige. Why not have a look through and take some new traditions, right? Now, I've already looked through the entire list of the 100 or so traditions that we've got available, and a couple took my eye. Now, bear in mind, I brought up very briefly, and of course, there's something we can do with the next character as well. Swap one thing out for the other, like religious patronage, we're not really doing much with anymore. We could swap that out. Hereditary hierarchy, we might want to swap out. We might even want to change from communal to bellicose with Biscotti, given that that's kind of his driving force, but we'll worry about that later on. For the time being, I mean, the first one to point out is we do have one regional ability here, because we have that Latin heritage. Because we're on Sardinia, we can pick Sons of the Capital, which harkens back to Rome. That affects a bunch of different ruin stuff, gives a load of extra prestige. We get like +4 prestige from certain ruins. Is it the Shell of Rome option, I think? Either way, it's pretty enormous. +3 prestige with that one. It would be quite fun for uniting the Mediterranean with Sons of the Capital. I mean, it's just an interesting tradition to have. We'd probably have to focus on grabbing some other stuff, maybe even Rome proper eventually. So we'll talk about that one as we come along here. One thing I did like there's a lot of ritual stuff, you know, characters of the same thing, concubines, blah, 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 blah. None of this has really been relevant to the playthrough. Some are good, don't get me wrong. Frequent festivities could be quite good, but none have really been relevant to the characters. Like, frequent festivities would have been great to pick with Meringue, the drunkard comfort eater, instead. Now, what I did like, actually, was, I saw this one as well, practice pirates, but it's only for duchy tier and lower rulers that may raid overseas. So not really super relevant for us. Our vassals could do it. Seafarers is also pretty good. Trade port line of buildings increases control growth in counties of this culture. One of them also gives, it might not have been this particular one. I think it might have been in Realm. Let's have a quick look here. It's hard to remember all the mercantile, might have been this one. Yeah, coastal holdings in counties of this culture provide an additional 10% tax. We've only got coastal counties. We're Sardinia and Corsica. Every single one, and Pisa, of course. Every single one of our counties is coastal. I kind of like this one, maritime mercantilism. It also lowers sea danger massively, which is pretty relevant given that if we want to travel anywhere in the world, sea danger is always going to be prominent there. So we can construct trade port lines of buildings. And again, it's 10% tax just across the board, which could be pretty good. I'm not really sure. I do like the idea of maybe taking... Again, you got to play the carrots, right? This guy's been a bit of a round builder. So I think we go maritime mercantilism. And then after that, depending on our eventual plan, because that's going to make up for the tax, because our current guy's got massive stewardship. We're going to lose a lot of tax when the next carrot takes over. That will help make up for that a little bit, and then we can also build some trade ports across Sardinia and Corsica a little bit too. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that one's makes a lot of sense for what we're doing right now. I'm right with it. So along the subject of that then, we've also got to convert some cultures too, which we can't do right now because you're working on trying to get that thing back from France. Is there anything else we can do here? We're in total control. You can't really improve. I mean, religious relations will just keep enabled. Find secrets. We could, but I mean, it's not as if I can do much with that right now. Honestly, there's not really anything massive I can get going on here. Get you managing the royal guards to increase their effectiveness. I mean, that could be kind of good. I do like the reduction in... Oh, it's raised army maintenance, to be fair, that's a reduction of. So honestly, organized army is kind of a waste of time. Maybe I'll go for... Manage royal guards then? We'll try that one out for a while, because we don't need new commanders. And that will increase knight effectiveness overall. Sure, that seems like a better side effect. And then maybe swap them back over to organized army if and when we go to war. I think that's fine. Bestow royal favor. I just don't really think there's anything else we really have to do, right? We could try and integrate, actually, Pisa to being de jure. That will take 44 years to integrate Pisa into being de jure part of Sardinia and Corsica, just in case the HRE or Italy or whoever unify want to take that back. That's not really doing much for us, though, is it? Let's go back to domestic affairs. Sure, I'm all right with this. I think this is fine. So, I'm going through a big list here that was written in the comments by Q Nestle. Upgrade the Grand Tournament County. I think that's a great idea. That was this one, right? So that will that actually give us any reductions in cost? Oh, it won't at all. How dare. Yeah, it stays to the flat 10%, and that's all I was really interested in, I'll be honest with you. So I think I might stick to getting some gold for the time being, just making sure that we've got that safety net. Do a hunt or two, that's a good idea. We'll take Biscotti out on that one. Throw a huge party at the Leisure Palace, invite Biscotti, get him to know all of our friends, because, I mean, look at the diplomacy we've got going on here. We can invite half of bloody Europe to a party at this point. I think that's a fantastic idea. What can we make him do? Of course, we're befriending the Pope. 100% chance of that one. Absolutely. We can gain new insights. Befriend gains studying interest. We also gain learn study, giving us +1, or instead +1 learning, that is, or we could lower a bit of stress. We're already at 100% progress, so we don't really need... To be honest, we don't really need to do that, do we? A local academy in Cagliari was ransacked by local brigands. I don't think that's anything I could have done. We can rebuild it for 50 gold, and I think we absolutely would. For 10 years, we get development growth and control growth. Absolutely. Let's do it. Oh, my sister Madeline died in her sleep. That's very tragic. Well, that's that stress back immediately. In fact, I'm glad glad we went with that stress loss with the Popal event instead. Right, let's build up some cash here. He seems very angry about something. Build up some cash, have a big feast. I think that's a plan. Pano Chocolat has failed to keep his house in order. His wife, Euphrasia, trysts with the evil Duke Alexandros, bringing shame and mockery to our family. In hushed tones, my grandson explains it all to me among the dusty mead vessels. Must do something about that fool grandfather. This cannot go unchallenged. Are we going to start a feud against House Calcadenos? Alexandros cannot get away with this, or it's better to forgive and forget. He's an honest, trusting, compassionate man. I think you would absolutely agree it's better to forgive and forget. We're not going to plunge ourselves into a... We bonded with the Pope at a dance. Everybody said he looked like a gnome. How dare you? That's the spiritual leader of Christianity. What the hell's wrong with you? It's very rude of you. Can we have some money? Hey, now that we're friends, can we have a little cash, my papal friend? Ooh. I've arrived at Cagliari to pay homage to you, glorious king. Absolutely. It's Archon Gregorio, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the generous gifts, Archon Gregorio. 150 renown, that's very nice, and I'll take the 50 gold happily. Boom! Royal Court is now at Grandeur level 10. What did that do? You know what, let's just take these now, so I don't have to keep looking at it. Let's have a look. What does that do for us? So Court Grandeur level 10. We can go slightly above that, too. Learning level per fame plus 1. Oh, it's not even that good, is it? It's not even that good. As long as we stay above 8 so that we can get that scholarly court benefit, that'd be kind of nice. Administrative court actually might make a lot of sense at this point. Scholarly court, what does that give me? Monthly lifestyle experience. Oh, I do really like that monthly lifestyle experience, though. But saying that, the administrative court for the building construction cost reduction would be fantastic. Vassal tax contribution is not super relevant. Intrigue court is not really that useful either. We'll stick with scholarly. It just lets us build up the individual characters so much more effectively, right? So I think I'm fine with that one for the time being. Should we have the feast first, or should we build up a few more buildings? It would be a shame for this guy to die. 65, he's feeling fine. I think we can stick with it. Let's just buckle down and build a few more tax buildings then. No, he gave the trade drunkard. What do you mean he gave the trade drunkard? You fool. You old stinky man. It's because he's an eager reveler, right? Shit. No, he's following in his father's footsteps. Oh, well, we've got more excuse to have a bloody feast then, I suppose, eh? My God, the Pope. The Pope has sent us the arm of St. George. Oh, my God. Holy shit, that's like, because it's got that frame, that means it's a unique item, right? To the benign King Pano of Sardinia and Corsica, please accept this humble gift. It was a treasured possession of mine, and I hope it honors and serves you well. Pope? What a legendary behavior. Oh, well, let's slap that. Let's get it repaired. And let's slap that bad boy on display. Whoa, what does it do for us again? If you fulfill the requirements, which I presume is just being Christian, right? Piety 0.2 per month. Court grandeur bonus plus 1. Zealot vassal tax contribution is up by 1%. It's not actually that amazing. But, I mean, it is also the arm of St. George. Man, it pays to have friends in high places, huh? And speaking of paying to have friends in high places, I am... Oh, Gwillem. He forced his way onto the council, more or less. I'm not really bothered about that one. We're upgrading the trade port in the capital. I think we're focused on getting the capital fully upgraded first before I have a look out there in too many other places. How are we looking? The council's still fine. Are we too bothered about the council, to be honest? We could move this guy up. But Archon Gregorio is a vassal. Oh, but this guy is so much better. You're not really doing much for me. You know what? Don't worry about it. Forget it. Let's just focus on... Oh! Hello. Word has reached me that a new leader has risen up among the barbarian tribes of the distant steppes. The Khan Temujin has declared himself ruler of the universe, Genghis Khan, and has sworn to conquer the entire world. I doubt he'll get very far. Yeah, I doubt he'll get very far at all. Who's he, anyway? Oh, and now a landslide. Wow, good God. He starts with 25,000 prestige, 31,000 troops, 5,000 gold, 33 martial. That's funny as hell. Does he get... Oh, I was going to say, does he get a trait? Yeah, greatest of Khans. There it is. Temujin has been proclaimed the ruler of the universe itself by right of conquest. Good for him. Well done. Landslide. Yes, obviously we'll spend that... Oh, my feast money. Damn you. And who's this? The King of Poland? Yeah, start exchanging letters with him. Right, hello. We've got an event. I've heard rumors spreading around the region that my royal court is home to a particularly... Hello? Did you see that? What the hell happened there? A non-existent bad courtier. What the hell was that about? The problem is I have no such courtier with that name and description. Some days I look around my court wondering if one of the people here inspired such stories. Oh. Subia de Bourbon. She is doing some horrifying things in my court, apparently. You gain rumors of a bad but non-existent courtier for 5 years, or Repress any mention of the so-called Subiru in my court. We gain dread. We lose prestige and gold. No, we're not going to repress anyone. I don't think we'd really entertain it. Who cares? Who cares? It's peasant stories. We haven't got to worry about that. So, we've got another perk here available. I'll be honest, I think we should move away from diplomacy. In these final years where we're just kind of putting all the organization into place. Sure, take adaptive traditions. And then I think we'll move to stewardship. Why don't we go for... Let's go for wealth focus. That's actually quite a sizable amount of cash, I suppose. We go domain focus, +3 stewardship. Let's go domain focus. Again, we could go down to avaricious. As long as we're spending the money on giving back to the people, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's... Ah, the Pope. My good papal friend. Thank you. 537 gold. Now it might be a good excuse to have the feast, okay? The Pope's paying for it. It's not such a big deal, right? Let's do it. I did have a look through decisions for Biscotti, but there isn't really anything we can do with him. Fortunately, we do technically count as being at war right now because we're part of our allies' war, which is a little annoying. Let's spend that money on a feast then. Let's do it. Activities. I think we can have a feast and then we can follow it up with a hunt. Let's see how much money I actually spend on this feast before we go too crazy with it. We do get the discount here because we have the leisure palace and farms and fields, so obviously we'll have it there. Thank you. Right, let's go buck wild with this one. Man, it is cheap, isn't it? Oh my god, we can go all in. Honorary guest. We could bring the Pope. I think we bring in, where is he? Biscotti. I think we bring in Biscotti. Can I just sort by player heir? Is he not even on the list? Princess Eclair? Well, he's not even on the list. We could have the Pope, seeing as the Pope paid for it. Can we just go with, like, close family? That's annoying. I don't know why I can't click any of these families, but that's all right. Fine. You know what? It's the Pope. It's the Pope. The Pope is going to be on the list, then that's fine. We'll decline the invitation. She will not arrive on time. Well, that's reasonable, I think. I wonder why we can't... Is it because he's a counselor? I'm not sure. I'm all right with having the Pope as an honorary guest. Our intent... Is this going to crash the game again? Don't you do it. Don't you... No! Why? Everything's fine. Let's try that again, shall we? Boom. The servants run across the hall, bringing the fun and decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself in a delicious drink by the fire. Very good. Now, somebody said if we make our Master of the Hunts... Oh, also our Caravan Master, too, if we want to take him across the world with us. But if we make our Master of the Hunt... Where is he? Biscotti. That way it'll gain him experience as we do things. In fact, can we make Biscotti just, like, master of everything? Just give him all the experience in the world. I think that's a great idea. I don't know if we'll be allowed to make him half of these. That's either because he doesn't have the aptitude or because we've already given him 2 ranks. But either way, Master of the Horse, Master of the Hunt, that seems like a pretty good idea, right? Gives him plenty of experience. After this, we're going to hunt with him too then, because that was way, way cheaper than I expected. Oh my god, we're infirm. No. No, my sweet old man. Oh, he's still, like, sharp as ever, though. 23 stewardship it's a minor setback becoming infirm. He's just getting old. He's 66. Health is poor. You're ailing. I'm glad we had this feast when we did. That makes me very pleased. 4 months until the feast begins. Oh, God, I hope we can survive that long. Oh, that evil fiend. Duke Alexandros is plotting against my grandson. Of course, we sort of had an inkling that he was up to no good anyway. And here... Whoa. Oh, my God, we're dying? No. No, we're not. We're not doing that at all. No, we're not. We're about to have a feast. Let him die surrounded by friends. Yes, it's happening. Welcome, friends. Oh, he doesn't look very steady on his feet, does he? 30 days until it ends. Is he going to survive the feast? Your wife's stewardship astonishes guests. Excellent. We say, this is where I want to be, lower the stress. Good folk to mingle here, or a chance to be seen with the great and good. Let's mingle. I want everybody to have a fine memory of him. Look at that. Dedication to our faith. I want a fine memory of... Everybody to have a fine memory of Pano Chocolat before he dies. I would distract the guests. We're going to save the Pope. Gain a hook on him. Not that I think we can do anything with that, can we? No, we can get a payment from him. Hey, very nice. The Pope's going to pay us to bail him out of an awkward situation. Very nice. What did I promise last night? I cannot remember what led up to it, but I do remember slapping the back of my Chancellor, Archon Gregorio, telling him I would do anything that he asked of me. Now rumors about an oath I swore. Okay. I mean, we're about to die anyway, right? Cagliari received leftover food. Oh, that's very kind. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the next barrel. It's gone bad. Oh, the wine's corked. The feast is still raging, but without drink, the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. We can either go to the wine merchant, or we can crack open the secret stores. Hey, maybe you shouldn't, because you are about to die. Although that notification has disappeared. Oh, no, it's back. Okay, I'm going to hide that, because it's very scary. Let's address the cur of the hour. No, of course, a toast to Pope Adrianus. Very good. Spice wine vendor praises me. Thank you. And with that, it is done. Fantastic. Few candles survive after the last of the guests have left. I can hear the pair of servants letting out sighs of relief after the doors close. Soon word will reach every corner of the realm, and every noble worth their salt will know of my magnificence. Excellent. Finish the feast. I'm glad we got to do that. I'm glad we got to do that before he dropped down dead. That's fantastic. I think as well, do you think we got time to go on a feast? As the final thing this guy can do. Sorry, a feast. No, maybe we don't have feast. We can't go on a hunks, he's infirm. Can we do anything? We can go on a pilgrimage even though we're infirm. Make our peace with the Lord before we die. Travel to Rome. It's 505 gold. Yikes. We could invest in so much else. Oh. This is a terrible shame, isn't it? This is a terrible shame. Is Biscotti ready? He's 24, so we're going to be able to play as Biscotti for a good 50 years. Because he's going to be a lot more healthy than his father, right? Because he's a martial-based character. Oh, this is so sad. Well, let's get some upgrades going then. Let's get some upgrades going. Let's keep cracking on with making sure the realm is in safe hands when we inevitably die very, very soon. We don't need to lose any stress. This guy, I think he's happy. You know, I think he's content with his lot in life. Oh. He's changed the feudal contract. We didn't have a choice, I'm afraid. That was not something we could deal with. How long have we got on that one? We're about halfway there to convincing France to hand back our de jure territory. Okay, fine. We've got a witch. She must burn for her crimes against God. No, we're compassionate. Oh, we're going to upset the peasants because we are so compassionate. Again, almost to a fault. Somebody did say, is it not compassionate to go and help your allies during their wars? I don't know. I think we could put that up for debate. Is it compassionate to drag good Sardinian men and women halfway across the world to die for, you know, to die in a war that maybe we've avoided war all this time? Maybe he could be pacifist in a way. He's that compassionate. I think we will just release her. I think we will release her. And I think these perks are probably also fairly irrelevant at this point. He might hang on for a few more years. You never know. Oh my god, a child. Cipriano Karling. It's a great-grandson of a very distant relative. It's not really super relevant, to be honest. Damn. I'm just kind of waiting. Oh god, melancholic, because he's trapped inside his own body. What day is it? How long have I been resting this time? I find myself searching for the faces of frequent visitors, any indication, wrinkles or scars, anything to serve as proof that time still passes. Somehow the interactions I have with others feel like they're talking at me, not to me. Am I still me, or just a soul removed from my body? Am I still living, or just merely existing? Oh. Is melancholic a health negative? Another babby. Born to Prince Biscotti. This is great news. Mariana Karling. Show me. Genius. Attractive. She did get beautiful, but she only got quick. Sardinian desserts. Let's have a look then. Okay. We have pan de sapa. Sapa is a rustic Sardinian cake made with grape syrup. Oh, that sounds delicious, actually. Oh, okay, fine. Pan de sapa it is. May you grow strong and wise. Man, I've got to try and bake some of these cakes. They sound absolutely delicious. Your wife is pregnant? That's fucking horrible. That's absolutely horrible. He's infirm. He can't move. He doesn't know what's happening. What the fuck? Sweet merciful God, spare me from this plight. What is this pounding agony hammering my skull into bloody ribbons, the burning pulse throbbing my veins to the beat of Satan's drum? I was fine when I was choking back vomit without warning. Then I was, make it stop. Make it stop. Please make it stop. My mind, 80% chance he dies. Or clarity, I need clarity. 40% chance he dies. Please let him die. Please, just... Honestly, thank God. Thank you for putting him out of his misery. The poor man succumbed to fatal apoplexy. The 25th of November. King Pano of Sardinia and Corsica has found peace in Christ's embrace at 67 years of age. He succumbed to fatal apoplexy, a hollow shell of his former self. He had long lost his wits by the time. The last thing he really remembers, really truly remembers, though, was being surrounded by friends and family in a beautiful feast. I am happy with it. I'm happy with it. And here we are. The man, the myth, the legend, King Biscotti. We've become the dynasty head, of course. He is honest, arrogant, and impatient. He is sharp and very to the point. He wants to manifest destiny, I think. 25 martial. And now, of course, we can guide him too. Fortunately, he's already picked up some martial perks. He's already gone down strategist, which I'm very happy with, because that's probably what I would have gone for as well. I think we'll go for strategy focus, and we'll keep going down the strategist tree. What have we got here? You've got some other stuff. Oh, we can re-equip some things here and there. Yeah, I think we'll have a look through, see what we want to actually equip here. We've only got the choice of the Serpentine, but I'd swap it out here. I don't think that's really worth it, is it? No armor. The crown is the fake papal tiara, which I guess we'll keep. Fair enough. It's not terrible, is it? We do have something in the royal court, though, apparently. Oh, it's a book, right, that we don't have enough room to display. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, fine then. Let's see what our options are. Let's see what we can do here. First things first, we need to set up the council then. Let's throw... I really should assign that vassal, right? I think I should. Marshal, Adamar. He's a bodyguard and acclaimed knight. He's very good. Spy Master, my sister, Creme Caramel. Fantastic choice, I think. Everybody's very happy about that. Actually, this court is very good. Queen Baguette, for the time being, we'll say managed domain. Now, look at our cash comparatively. We've dropped to 7.8. The Pope's happy to send us a bit of cash, though. You can appoint a worthy successor. It's Adamar. I'm all right with Adamar being the knight. Who do we want to succeed him, though, should he fall? I guess you'll do. It's the best we've got for the time being, so I think that's fine. Potentially negotiate an alliance with our uncle. We cannot. You can pardon your sister and friend, Cecily. And I think we will do that. We can negotiate a couple of alliances. We've got our brother-in-law, Baron Karl, and our uncle, Prince Andre of Francia. Very good. His brother is Emperor. Oh, well, that's very good. My uncle-in-law. Yeah, that's a pretty good alliance to have. Very nice. Thank you. And the Pope's given us a bit of cash on the side. Okay, where the hell do we even want to start with then with this guy? Wow, we've got so much to do here. We could start by having a babby be formed. That would be quite nice. Now, we're quite heavy on chivalry. One thing we haven't really taken into account is the culture is very big, again, on traditional chivalrous knights, big on poetry and blade masters, and cowards and content characters are looked down on. Knights are revered, and we can hold jousts, and, you know, we do have literally their chivalry as well. We want to romance, we want to be poets, and everything else, so I think, first things first, you should romance your beautiful queen. I think we should do it. And I think we will do that. Because, again, it suits this guy probably has such a... again, given that he is a famous champion, he's a brilliant strategist, he's a genius, he's clearly well-read as well, a valued scholarly courtier. I feel like he probably romanticizes the idea of that chivalrous knight. And I think he'd probably want to embody a lot of that stuff. Even though he is arrogant and impatient as well. But, hey, why not? Why not? Maybe he's got a bit of a dark side to him as well. So let's go for it. I'm happy to do this. We're going to be almost a comical Monty Python-esque interpretation of a knight. This guy seems to have dialed it up to 11 a little bit. With 26 martial. Oh, Emperor Heinrich died. Well, they were friends. Of course they were friends. They met at that childhood event, right, where they introduced one another. Ah, impressive. My daughter, Baguette Karling, is ready to be educated. Empress Cecily's? Your sister and friend, Emperor Karl of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, the Holy Roman Emperor is my brother-in-law. Oh, well, that works out well, didn't it? And his brother is the King of Bohemia. Oh, well, that works out very well. Yes, Empress Cecily, please look after this child. Make sure she's well educated. Could we form an alliance with the HRE? Oh, we've already got an alliance with the HRE. Oh, well, that's helped a little bit. So if we do have to go to war with France, we could probably flex. We could probably grab that title back if we need to. Oh, shit. Well, and immediately. Okay, so it's the HRE and France going to war with a couple of upstarts. That's fine. Okay. Fine. Let's do it. I guess France and the HRE must be allied as well, then? Wonder why they've joined together in that war. Not that it really matters too much. Whatever. The war's basically over anyway, right? So it's a little bit late on that front. There you go. It's over. Oh, shit. Does that mean that the Holy Roman Emperor, oh, for God's sake, has changed hands? You morons. Oh, we had friends in such high places, and now we're alone. Now he's just Count Karl. Oh, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Maybe we could go and help out with this war, because this guy enjoys a good battle, right? And this war's been going on forever. Maybe we stretch our legs. Maybe we get out there. Maybe we lead some troops and get some battle experience. We should have a tournament as well. There's so much we've got to do here. I think let's do it. Let's raise the troops. Let's get to war. Wife encourages chivalry. Thank you, wife. For a commander, this guy's absolutely nuts. 31 commander advantage. He is head and shoulders above everybody else in the realm. Let's go help out. What are we doing? We're going to war against Sweden. God damn Swedes all the time. Let's get up there. Let's teach them a lesson. They never expect the Sardinians. Just go land in the capital, siege it down in no time. This is fantastic. It's going to be some great battle experience for us. Hybrid culture. Oh, very good. Hello. My courtier. Oh, it's his sister. His half-sister. Right, of course. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. I think we're going to ignore this child. Arrogant. You've got to bear in mind this guy's arrogant. I think we wouldn't have approved of what is, quite frankly, a horrible conception. But maybe she was trying to anchor herself into that court. She knew that he was on his way out. It's very dark. It's very upsetting. So we're just going to ignore that child. Hello. Didn't expect us to turn up, did ya? Wow, this is great. I think this is a pretty safe war, huh? How many troops have they even got? 1,300. Vastly inferior. King Folke Karlsson of Sweden. Ah. You're in a bit of trouble there, friend. Oh, grandeur increase. Very nice. Back on top. Don't worry about all of these. Oh, I was going to say don't worry about the, all the counter positions. We'll sort that out when we get back and we'll have a big tournament. Celebrate our victory in our first war. We've got windmills, though. We have windmills. Very happy with the windmills because that means we can finally build some of the grand structures. Sorry, was this war over anyway? County of Helgen. You were at Helgen, weren't you? Okay, let's head over and get that siege then and try and get some... We're fascinated by banking, are we now? Very good. Getting some prestige so that we can turn ourselves into a bellicose culture under the guidance of their new war-driven king would be quite fun, I think. And we've got a new martial lifestyle perk immediately. Let's go organized march. Gives us 25% travel speed too. We're going to be doing traveling. If there is... Oh! Did it work? Oh, it did work, I suppose. The bonds of marriage are enough. The servants have been all sent away. Our bed has been decorated with seashells. As she enters our chamber, she smiles fairly and joins me without hesitation. With the help of our hands, mouths, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before God, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. Oh, we did seduce her, but we did not fall in love with her. Is there no way we... Oh, so we can just repeatedly... we can just repeatedly seduce? Possibly makes her your lover. Do it again. Never stop. We will get her as our lover eventually. Yeah, we got to be a nice chivalrous knight after all. Feel like... Ah, she's also bearing child. That's great news. We are hoping for a very strong, genius, beautiful male successor. Look at that. Immediately flips it from... Was that minus 40% war score to plus 27? We also stole Bejeweled Scriptures. Very good. I like that. Let's do some more sieging. Try and make back a little bit more cash. Oh, we lost a bit of court grandeur again. Back and forth. Oh! Sardinia French culture has embraced the maritime mercantile tradition. Very good. There you go. That was the one we started implementing with our previous characters, so now we can pick the new one. Yes! We will join you in whatever war you want. I feel like it's a good house rule to have with this character that we would absolutely be... Oh, level of splendor increase. Thank you. That we would absolutely, of course, be joining every war going. We're losing a lot of men to attrition here. We might have to go back and resupply. 95%. You think we can just, like, leave at this point? We'll get into a battle. And then we'll leave. Because this should see the war out. Because my poor men are dying left, right, and center. 100%. There you go. We've also captured some people, which I'm going to try and ransom out immediately. Otherwise, when the war ends, they're just going to be gone, right? That'll do. Okay, can we ransom out anyone else? We can't, unfortunately. Let's get out of here, then. We actually didn't lose too much cash. Let's send our troops back. Hopefully the war will end and we can just disband them. Actually, where's this war happening? Oh! Baguette Karling. God damn it! Intelligent and comely. No! Okay, Sardinian desserts. Here we go. Telecas. What the hell is telecas? Telecas to sapper. Sardinian cookies consisting of a thin cookie shell made with sapper, which is a sweet syrup-like grape must. Same as the last thing. Oh, they look delicious. They look absolutely delicious. Okay, I'm going to call you telecas. Very good. You are my daughter. I've got to find which is my favorite Sardinian dessert, because I'm not very much of an expert on that. I'll look at my favorite, and we'll save that for when inevitably we get the genius powerful son. Sorry, where are we supposed to be fighting right now? Okay, we can land. We're on the way through, right? We can land here and save this battle. How many troops you got? Can we fight them? I'm not going to fight them. Hey, join me. Join me. Let's attach to this army. Strategic impasse. Hello. I'm sitting around the map table with Curador Lysandra and Curador Payan discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Shall we employ both strategies because of our High Marshal? My commanders can act as they each see fit. Well, why would we never take this one? Approved offense and approved defense. Very good. Hey, you could attach to me, though, and we could sort this out together. Or we'll start the siege. That's fine. See if they turn around and try and stop us. Oh, Baguette is pregnant again. Yes, keep going. Never stop. Oh, but you died to replace us. Oh, because our troops probably died. We probably lost so many troops that he replaced as dynasty head. Oh, you were in a lot of trouble, dude, Dieter. Hello, my lord. You look tired, my jester Pantolian says. I know a cure for that. It's called riddle poems. What do you say? Shall I start reading? I prefer if you read from a memory of Walia Agalina. That's the one, that was that first battle we had, taking Sardinia, right? I think this guy would like that one quite a lot. Absolutely, let's do it. Reinvigorated reading. Let's also have a look at this book. Learning per level of devotion and piety. Ah, you're right. I might even sell that, to be honest with you. I'm sure we can find a much better use of that. Hey, you know, if you attach to the army, we could come down here and attack. Because we're never going to win there. We do need to go back and resupply, okay? We need to head back at this point. This is ridiculous. All right, we might come back and join you in a minute. You're on your own for the time being. Creme Caramel can marry. Let's sort by alliance, pal, and just marry her off. Serene Doge of Venice, the Duke. Let's go for the kick-ass Duke. That's fine. Thank you. Man, I just want some time to have a tournament. I just want... Oh, she was my spy master. Yeah, I should have kept her around. I thought that name was familiar. It's probably because we have one called Creme Caramel and the other called, what, Creme Brulee? Ooh. Look at this. We might be about to incorporate some territory. You want to forge a goblet, you're very competent. I'll go forge it elsewhere. And we've got another martial lifestyle perk. She rejected us. Damn it. Okay, but more importantly, France going to reject us. Ooh. It seems the effort of my steward, the Judiciary of Vecchio, have finally paid off. The people have been persuaded by Pano Chocolat Silvertongue and swayed by the prestige of my court. Emperor Manassas has chosen the path of less resistance and release Vecchio. Boom. Nice. Look at that. Amazing. And we can actually hold that title too. In fact, we could hold a couple more if we want to do a little revocation here and there. That's amazing. Great work. Very happy with that. Let's get these troops back. Let's let them relax for a little while. It's poor people. It's cost me a fortune to fight all these other people's wars. Hello. She wants to name the child Edda. I'm going to run out of Sardinian desserts here. What about pastisus? Pastisus are a traditional Sardinian cookie that are enjoyed on special occasions. Are they made with grape must? No, they're just like little decorated cookies. Sure. A delicious name. There you go, much better. Really pigeonholed myself. We're Sardino French, don't forget, so we could dip into French cuisine again. That's not such a problem. Right, let's drop the armies. Let them reinforce a little bit here. New spy master. Princess Cecily, welcome. She'll do. My niece has been taken prisoner. Don't really care too much. And my nephew, Euphrasia, daughter of Basilius, Mongol of the Byzantine Empire, has given birth to Pano Chocolat. Great, may you grow strong and wise. You're too far down succession for me to give a shit. Pope, I can do with some money. Thank you, my friend. And we can also station more men-at-arms, right, of course, because we've got another county. Let's station the pikemen. They seem like the most beneficial for there. Damn, I just want to have a tournament. We've been dragged into these freaking wars. Should we just ignore it? Should we just ignore it? Oh, my God. He loves a war, though. He would never ignore it. Oh, Gandalf had died in our prison. Can we ransom them out? We can ransom them out for a hook, and that's about it. Fine, get out. Get out. There's not much point keeping them here, is there? Get out. Go on. Demand conversion. That's very good. We can at least do something for the religion, if nothing else. Wife, get out of the way a second. Oh, I'll just slide you over there. There you go. Are you good? I could recruit you. No. Convert and get out. What about you, then? Oh, just let this man go. Just let this man go. He's not even worth recruiting. He's pretty good in terms of learning. Has to loot a wise man. Okay. Leave. Okay. Hello, wife. What did you want? Queen Baghetta's diligent administration of my household's finances. There is more gold at the end of the season than expected. Invest it in the local area, or we just save it. I'm going to sit on that cash. Thank you. We're up to 1,000 gold. Got to rebuild our forces a little bit. And, oh my God, we're up to 15.7. Holy shit, that's... Cultural innovation was enormous. Oh my lord. Even though this character only has 18 stewardship, I say only as if that wasn't massive. Our previous character had, what, like 23? We're still making 15 gold per month. Oh my lord. Wow. And that was after the previous guy had all those benefits, all the, you know, some perks from Avaricious, from Architects, which would have brought in some extra tax. Absolutely nuts. Get alliance with Duke Gerard of Bar. Very good. Am I going to go and help this war, or should we just, like, forget it and have a tournament? We helped him as much as we could. You've really just thrown this away, so I think we'll just ignore it. As long as we can have a tournament, I'm happy with that one. We're going to leave it here today, though, because a lot has happened very quickly. And I think I want to get a nice establishing, you know, kind of opening aspect to King Biscotti, get to know him a little bit more before we're just kind of gallivanting off doing wars and whatnot tomorrow. So we'll take a little time, we'll kind of assess things, have a look at his friendships, relationships, see how he's doing with people. Really like a son, though? Wife? My wife would be really good. We could try and learn her language. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Again, I feel like it's a chivalrous thing to do, isn't it? And we will come back tomorrow. Thank you for joining me.